While it is true that less than 35 years ago, the minimum legal drinking age was 18 years old, it has since been raised for a reason. If the 18-year-old minimum legal drinking age was working, we would not have raised it to 21 in 1984. One of the many reasons the drinking age was raised to 21 by the United States was because of the number of drinking and driving deaths among young adults. A study published in 1987 by Henry Suffer of Economic Inquiry, just 3 years after the drinking age was raised, found that by raising the drinking age to 21, motor vehicle mortality rates dropped by 18%. In addition, a study by Alexander Wagner from the Journal of Safety Research examined alcohol-related car crashes in Michigan before and after the drinking age was raised. They found that among 18 to 20-year-olds, single vehicle nighttime crashes lowered by 16%, and drunk driving crashes went down by 19%. And although Americans might have felt it okay for people ages 18 through 20 to drink alcohol in the 20th century, in the 21st century, science has improved, showing the harmful effects it has on young people, both internally and externally on people around them. Internally, alcohol can cause significant harm to people ages 18 through 20. According to a study by the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, they found that heavy drinking during adolescence and young adulthood was linked with detrimental effects on brain development, brain functioning, and neuropsychological performance, such as memory and attention. These consequently have long-term effects on the youth drinking because these years involve key decisions regarding one's education and occupation. And there are many external side effects of lowering the drinking age to 18 as well. For example, a study provided by the University of Georgia found that a lower minimum legal drinking age was closely related with an increase in risky sexual behavior among young people. They found when the drinking age was lower, prenatal alcohol consumption among 18 to 20-year-olds increased by 21%, which increases the likelihood of a low birth weight and premature births. And altogether, there was an increase in births by 18 to 20-year-olds by 4.3%. And contrary to popular belief that a higher drinking age produces more binge drinking among young people, it actually dissuades drinking at a young age and throughout life. A study by the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that when alcohol became more accessible, consumption of alcohol increased, along with the many side effects alcohol comes with, including injury, crime, violence, and alcohol-related diseases. So if we make alcohol easier for people ages 18 through 20 to get, it is likely that their consumption will increase as well. Easier access to alcohol during ages 18 through 20 also produces unhealthy drinking habits in the later stages of life. According to Andrew Plunk from the Washington School of Medicine, he found that people who could legally purchase alcohol before age 21 were more likely to suffer from drinking problems later in life. In particular, they were more likely to drink as an adult, and their overall consumption frequency was much higher than those who could not purchase until after age 21. A similar study by the Journal of Law and Economics found that people who were legally able to purchase alcohol before 21 were subject to a 20 to 30% increase in alcohol consumption as an adult. And in addition, a study by the Journal of Studies on Alcohol found that higher minimum drinking ages were associated with lower levels of alcohol use among high school seniors and recent high school graduates. They also found that lower consumption continued into the early 20s if the minimum lower drinking age was higher, which in turn into less consumption at bars and less fatal crashes. And while it is true that at 18 we were given a number of freedoms, including the right to vote and right to serve on a jury, these responsibilities have a positive effect on society, whereas lowering the drinking age would have numerous negative consequences. According to a study by Johns Hopkins, by the Johns Hopkins School of Public Health, about 5,000 people under age 21 are killed annually from alcohol-related injuries, including car crashes, homicides, and suicides. Along with this, the underage drinking increases the risk of sexual and physical assault, as well as increasing the likelihood of academic failure and drug use. Using alcohol at age 18 to 20 also increases the probability of alcohol abuse and dependence later in life. In fact, approximately 40% of individuals who drank before age 21 developed alcohol dependence, which was 4 times more likely than people who did not drink before age 21. And according to a study by the National Institute on Alcohol, when states were allowed to decide the drinking age, states in which the minimum legal drinking age was 18 had higher suicide rates for people aged 18 through 25 than the states with age 21 minimum legal drinking age. And regarding European countries that have lower drinking ages, they are not the standard the U.S. should follow for our youth. In countries where the drinking age is set at 18 or lower, specifically European countries, were much more likely to develop liver cirrhosis. The U.S. rate for developing liver cirrhosis was at 14.9%, whereas in countries such as Germany had an 18.8%, and Denmark had a 20.2%. This data from the Global Information System on Alcohol and Health also showed that alcohol consumption per person was much higher in European countries where the minimum legal drinking age was 18 compared to the U.S. In the U.S., it has also been proven that a lower minimum drinking age is linked to chronic disease. According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine and National Institutes of Health, showed a lower drinking age was associated with a 6% higher mortality rate from liver disease and 7% higher odds for lip and oral cancers. And to the point that people under age 21 can easily obtain alcohol despite the law, this does not mean that we should alter or get rid of the law. We have laws against plenty of things, but people still violate these, but we do not get rid of them. These laws are put in place for a reason to protect young people, and as stated before, having a lower minimum legal drinking age does not in fact produce better drinking habits. According to the CDC, after all states adopted a minimum legal drinking age of 21, people ages 18 through 20 decreased alcohol consumption by 19% in 1991. And drinking among people ages 21 through 25 also decreased by 14% after the minimum legal drinking age of 21 was implemented.